Hello everyone, my name is This Comic Maker, and you might be asking yourself, where the heck have I been this past month? Well, not just the fact that there are a bajillion birthdays this month, but I've also had some pretty crazy health issues going on that, no joke, has made me bedridden for days. I didn't get to do any of the things I wanted to do because I was in a painful heap on the floor, but don't worry, I'm on new medication, so things will hopefully even out soon. But I have to thank today's sponsor Skillshare because it's support for this channel that makes it so that I'm able to take a break when I really need to. But more on that later. Right now, let's talk about what the heck I've been doing while I was in a pain pile. Well, that, my friends, is catching up on some anime that I haven't had time to watch. I guess that's the only good thing about being sick because, let me tell you, being sick when you're an adult sucks. Anywho, my husband and I were in the middle of season 4 of My Hero Academia when we stopped, and so we finally sat down, or for me, I guess, laid down, and we caught up on the current episodes in season 5. Man, I don't care what anyone says. I know it's not a perfect show and it could be super corny and cheesy, but My Hero Academia is just a super fun shonen time. So while I was trying to figure out what the heck I was going to work on for a video, I just kept thinking back to the show, so I decided to do another style challenge, but this time I'll be drawing Deku in 8 different styles. Unless you include the actual style of the show, then I guess it's 9. But you know what I mean. So let's do that thing where we draw the stuff and do fun times. Yay! I asked you guys on my community tab and on Twitter what would be some fun styles to draw him in, and you guys sent me tons of really great ideas. So all of the drawings today came from suggestions from you, so thank you very much for participating if you did. There are some styles that you guys suggested, like She-Ra, Pokemon, Bob's Burgers, and JoJo, that I've already done in my previous style challenge, which I'll leave an iCard for here. So I made sure to pick styles that I've never done before or were really distinct styles that I thought would be interesting to see. So without further ado, let's get into all the different styles. First up, we have Friday Night Funkin'. You know I had to do this one. This style is so fun to draw in, and considering I made a video about this game recently, I thought Deku would be lots of fun to draw in the style of the boyfriend. I mean, the boyfriend is such a cute little guy, and Broccoli Boy fits perfectly here. If you don't know what Friday Night Funkin' is, it's a really fun rhythm game that is basically DDR using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Tons of people have made super cool mods and stuff in the same format, and it's just neat to see the reception for the game online. I mean, if you've been anywhere on YouTube recently, chances are you've probably seen some kind of video talking about Friday Night Funkin' or one of the mods or something like that. It's pretty popular right now. But anyway, I think that Deku turned out really cute in this style, but it also made me wonder what other My Hero Academia characters would look cool in the style as well. Maybe you guys can give me some more suggestions for a future video. But with that, we finished the Beep Bop Beepo Broccoli Boy. Next up, we have a suggestion that got my nostalgia going, and that is the Edd Ed Eddy style. I used to watch this show a lot as a kid, and I think it really captured the feeling of all the local kids in the neighborhood coming out to play, and how there were closer groups of tight-knit friends. I don't know if kids now have that same experience exactly anymore, but being a 90s kid, I think it did a great job of capturing that. But anyway, Deku in this style looks super weird. I was honestly laughing my butt off after finishing this one. It was just such a strange look with the exaggerated eyes and the wiggly line art. But it was a lot of fun to do, and I'm not sure it fits exactly with the My Hero Academia characters, but it's definitely interesting. Next up, we have the Adventure Time style, which was honestly my reintroduction back into loving cartoons when it came out. I think a lot of people try doing this style when they attempt this challenge, so I didn't include it the first time I tried it, but I'm glad that I got to do it this time. There's just something about the simplicity of the style that is so much fun to draw different characters in. Adventure Time has really thin line art and simplistic expressions, but can also be super complex and detailed as well. It's something that I really love about the style, and I think most characters look great when attempting this style. If you've never tried this style before, I really recommend it. I think it's one of the least intimidating styles to try out when doing a style challenge, and I think Deku looks super cute in it. Next up, we have the Animal Crossing style. Personally, the only Animal Crossing game I've ever played was the mobile Pocket Camp game, and while I really liked it, I never got the New Horizons one for the Switch because I knew it would be a game that I would sink my life into, and I just can't play those kinds of games while trying to make stuff. So for that very tempting reason, I never got into it, but it looks like such a fun and cute game, so I was excited to try the style out when you guys suggested it to me. It was very interesting because since the character models are 3D, there wasn't any line art to put into it except for the eyes and the mouth, so essentially after sketching it out, I blocked out my colors and then just shaded them. I thought this style would take me a lot of rendering to look right, but I was surprised by how simplistic it turned out being. And I mean, come on, look at him. He's so dang cute in this style. Probably could have shaded and rendered it a bit more, but I think I made a pretty basic and cute representation of Deku in this style. And I think a lot of characters would look fantastic in this style, honestly. But let's hop on to the next style, which is Sailor Moon. Now, I was a bit unsure about how the style would turn out for Deku since My Hero Academia is a shonen style anime and has a lot of nice angles and sharper lines. But there were a couple styles that I knew would look perfect for Deku, but obviously Sailor Moon is a very soft shoujo style, and many of the characters in Sailor Moon don't look the age that they're supposed to be at all. I mean, at the start of the series, Usagi is supposed to be 14. 14 people! But she looks so much older to me. But I decided to suspend my imagination and draw Deku similar to how Mamoru is drawn. And so I used reference from the manga because I felt like that was a bit more of a distinct style than the anime is. For the coloring for this as well, I looked at some of the soft painterly images for some of the manga art, and while I don't think I captured that digitally as well as I could have, it's definitely soft looking. I actually prefer how the line art looks for this and wish I had just colored it black and white like the manga, but I also wanted to keep all the drawings similar in theme, except for one, which you'll see later on. Then we have the Gravity Falls style. If you haven't seen this series, go watch it, it's super good. Much like some of the other cartoon series on this list, I knew this one would be a lot of fun for Deku to be in. The style of Gravity Falls is another really simple one, but the head shapes and eyes are what make it stand out, I think. That and the contrast of the bright colors and a spooky atmosphere just really worked together well. I remember watching all of the episodes as they were coming out on TV because it was so much fun to hop onto the internet after and watch videos and theories surrounding the show. That's one of the fun things about being up to date with current shows, I think, seeing the hype from fellow fans online. This is another style that I think would be really fun to see the other characters from the show in as well. But for real, if you haven't seen this show, go watch it after this video, you won't regret it. It's a really, really good one. I mean, look at Deku Dipper Deku, Dipper. Okay, I'll stop that now. Now, the next show, I definitely wouldn't suggest it for everyone, but man, is it a fun style, and that show is Panty and Stocking. The show is definitely for an older crowd, as the story revolves around two angels kicked out of heaven for their bad behavior and are trying to earn their way back in, but keep getting distracted by, well, let's just call it the sins of man. The series is made by Gainax, so the animation is awesome, and the style definitely takes influence from early 2000s Western style animation with exaggerated proportions and sharp angles. I love the style of the show a lot, and while there are a lot of problematic things about the show, it was honestly a lot of fun to watch too. Like I said, it is a mature audience kind of show, so make sure if you check it out, you are of the appropriate age, but if you do watch it, be prepared for some really wild stuff. While poor Deku would not fit well in this world since he's a little cinnamon bun boy, I gotta say he was loads of fun to draw in this style. The angles fit him so well, and just look at that smile. Very cute. Now let's take a moment, because last on the list was a request I never thought I would get for the style challenge. In fact, I was very confused by it. It was a request that wasn't a style, but left me so intrigued that I had to try it somehow. That style, my friends, is George Washington. I don't know what it means, but it must be a style that's so bold it could only be done with liberty and justice. A style that needed more than 100%. A style that needed plus ultra. In all might I trusted as I took my tablet pen and pressed it firmly onto my tablet. Each stroke meant strength. Each line was hope. A style like George Washington doesn't get suggested for any kind of character. It gets suggested for a character that brings to others the courage to stand up for what's right, the leadership to bring forth change, and the muscle to Detroit smash your enemies. Having thought deeply about this, I knew that the person who strives to be the #1 hero needed to be the $1 bill. Okay, enough of that. Oh my god, what the heck am I doing? For real though, when I saw the suggestion, I knew what I had to do. It was too funny to pass up, and I ended up using some cosplay references as well as the references for the actual $1 bill for this one. It's not perfect, but oh boy, it exists now. I thought about making the full dollar for fun for the heck of it and actually putting "In All Might We Trust" on it or something like that, so let me know if that's something you would like to see me make. It would just be an extra thing for fun, not a video or anything like that, but man, I spent so long on this one. It might not look exactly like it would be $1 to me, but it's definitely a thing that exists now, and I did that thing. Drawing in different styles is always a lot of fun for me. I think often people worry about finding their own style, but I think this challenge is a great way to try out different styles to see what you like and don't like, and what kinds of things that you want to incorporate into your own art. But if you're really worried about finding a style and want to try out even more techniques, then you should definitely head over to Skillshare, who's the sponsor of this video. If you've been here long enough, you know that Skillshare is an online learning community with a crazy amount of videos ranging from calligraphy, painting, sculpture, and much, much more. So like I was saying before, if you're super keen on finding a style that you enjoy, then trying out some of their classes might help you find the niche that you're looking for. After all, it's curated specifically for learning, and they always have new classes coming out, so there's bound to be something out there that will tickle your artistic fancy. You also don't have to worry about ads while you're over there, so you can get your learning on. But if you want to check out a specific class recommendation, you should check out How to Find Your Art Style, a hands-on guide by Patricia Caldera. Her class jumps you right into it by addressing important things like what an art style even is, then guides you through how to create your own by deciding what to draw, creating a mood board, how to steal like an artist, and then also gives you an assignment to try. There's also some project submissions there with feedback from Patricia herself, so it's definitely a class worth checking out. If you're wanting to test it out first to see what kinds of classes they have, then fear not. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can explore your creativity. So give it a try and see what creative ventures are in store for you, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for being patient with me while I recover this past month. If you want to see my other style challenge where I draw myself in a bunch of different styles, be sure to check out the iCard here or the link in the description. If there are any other challenges you might want me to try out, let me know in the comments as well. As always, videos like this are possible because of my amazing members and people like you who like, comment on, and share my videos. I appreciate you all stopping by, and I hope that we can draw together again soon. Bye, guys.